So as I was decoding the last one, a few things came to me. The two clocks that have 11 and 11. At the top imagery, at the lateness of 11 o'clock, maybe the shorthand is pointed at like a 2 or 1 or 11. Maybe is it 11:10 or 11:11 maybe in each face? I don't know. One is being taken up while the rest are dogs. And it really does make me think of a scripture, like in the latter parts of Revelation, how there were some who will not make it to the kingdom of heaven. Those who will be on the outside are known as the dogs. This is gonna get a little deep for some of y'all, but it does talk about how as we get closer to the return of Christ, when his bride gets taken up at like the 12th hour or the very lateness of the 11th, I think it's the 12th hour, spiritually speaking, it speaks on how those who don't make it, the outside of those who make it to the kingdom, who don't make it to the new millennium city to reign with the Lord, it says outside are the dogs, those who practice magic arts, the sexually immoral, the murderers, the idolaters, and everyone who loves and practices falsehood. Revelation 22 verse 15. Or what about this image of Egypt? His arms doing that, which is very big for embalmed and tuned pharaohs. But why is it that when you look, there's all these pictures of little babies? If you pay attention to Keith Haring's art, the humans that crawl are always babies. And it makes me think of, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it, child sacrifice. And is it not true that in the Bible, the Hebrew babies were thrown into the Nile, many of them killed? The system of Egypt, even if we don't want to think of that one part of history, you know when something is a spiritual Egypt, when it delights in the mass ending of the lives of, and that just sounded like it could have opened up a whole other doorway, and I'm not gonna go there. I just wanted to share that. When some are born, some exit the world. Many going down this dark hole or like inner earth. Where do you think that hole leads to? And last, I will never give up the emphasis on Disney. Disney being speculated and observed, and even as of recent times accused for certain things that it should not be accused of. The American flag. Are we gonna sit back and not act like there were not agendas to cause the Western world harm, to influence the West in particular ways? What is with the aliens over certain acts that when you read the Bible, God will call it sinful acts? Sinful acts like worshiping idolatry and graven images, like when God said to Israel that you shall not worship any graven image above the earth, on the earth, or under the earth. And look at the sparks around it. The sparks are coming from where? Is this not something that, we should not be concerned about? Because if you ask me, what people often are doing here are day-to-day, continuous activities and recreations that have been normalized, and somehow under the surface and spiritually, they're being blessed by the very ones up above. Who are the ones up above? I don't believe they're from God, the God of Jesus Christ, that's for sure.